Hello, this is Strategy Miscellany, and this is Children of a Dead Earth, Episode 8. This is the final battle against the USTA, the Fall of Titan. So basically, we own Jovian Space. Nippon Prime is still fighting in the belt, but we're fighting against them, and they're pretty soon going to uh, have to surrender due to the economic collapse of the USTA. Liberty Exchange is aligning with us. The Iroquois Resurgence is aligning with us and took Enceladus. And so now we're going to take a fleet off Enceladus and try and take the last major force out above Titan. And so they have this hive ship, which not a good design, blows itself up most of the time. Solar Lance seems like a good design, but really isn't. Their other ships are okay, though. They've got these Rangers, which it's an odd name for the ship given that it's basically a local defense craft. It has very little ability to go very far, but has a good number of high power railguns on it. And these Corsairs here with decent number of railguns. So I have tried this mission a few different ways and succeeded once but realized I wasn't recording it. And then tried again just now with a similar setup, but had my ship start refusing to orient broadside for some reason. I think the intercept I was on was a weird one and it confused them. So I'm just going to try this again with 2 railgun frigates, 2 medium laser ships, a large methane tanker, and just do this basically by the book. Not try and get there super fast, but just go to Titan, find a good intercept with their fleet, blow them up. Nothing fancy today. If you want to get, the gold rating on this, you've got to go a little faster than just a boring regular transfer. And got to make sure you have enough Delta V for that. But this should at least get a silver rating, I think. So I'm setting the frame of reference to Saturn, heading out towards that red diamond. So we've got to burn outwards. And we actually have to burn a little past them so that we can meet up with it in an effective way. So you can see here, have to burn out a little farther to give them more time to catch up. And still the case. But if I go about here, I've gone too far. So about here looks good, and we can always fix that with more detail when we get closer. So let's go out a few days, wait for Titan to catch up to us as we enter the apoapsis of our orbit. And now let's refuel our ships out of our large methane tanker. It should be good for basically 2 refuelings. So there's 1, and we should be able to do 1 more as we rendezvous with Titan. So I'm going to get a little closer, and then I'm going to switch the frame of reference to Titan so I can see where we are relative to each other and how that's changing. So here we are, here they are. What I want to do is come in at roughly the same angle as their orbit and also in the same direction as they're orbiting. So over here I think actually looks pretty good. I'll probably do a bit of a minor correction when we get closer. So yeah, we could stand to move our orbit down out of plane a little bit. So we'll do that. Although we don't have to do much of that. Then the main thing we need to do is about here, we need to start decelerating significantly. Not quite that significantly. Yeah, so something like that, and then we'll do another burn to actually circularize around Titan. So we did the big burn there. We refuel the fleet from the methane tanker. The methane tanker has run itself out of fuel. Hopefully that fourth laser ship can make it into the battle. If not, I should be able to beat them with the remaining laser ships with the remaining ships without that one if necessary. So now we start decelerating. Well, oh, because we have the methane tanker along. I have to detach the methane tanker, which will stay in an interplanetary orbit there. And then we have to start decelerating with this fleet, so that we can actually get in an orbit around Titan. I think I am going to have to detach that one laser ship, unfortunately. That's okay. You can see they sent out some Lancer drones. Most likely they will run out of Delta V before they even get to us. I am going to detach my medium laser ship that's almost out of Delta V, so that it can have a little bit left if it gets attacked by a drone fleet or something. And then we've got our kind of core fleet here. And one thing I have to do is at the orbital node here, I've got to align with their capital fleet better by doing an out of plane change burn here. Might as well come inwards towards them at the same time, too. All right, that's pretty good. Close to the same plane. And now, oh wow, we got really close to Titan there. That was not 100% intentional. Let's actually raise our periapsis a little bit. Not that much, just like that. Yeah, you can see their drones ran themselves out of Delta V. Now at periapsis, I'm going to lower my orbit a little bit and start looking for points where we can intersect with them. Okay, so here we are, here they are. Looks like I do still have to do a little bit of orbital plane management here. That's pretty good. And now what I want to do is catch up to them, so I want to burn in a lower orbit than them for a bit here. You can see, oh, they've changed their orbit actually too now. I think what I might want to do is actually burn outwards and let them catch up to me. Looks like maybe that'll take a little while. I'm actually not going to move my orbit for a minute here and let them do their thing. Going to burn outwards and be slightly above them so they can catch up over time. Then when the right moment hits, we'll come screaming in. Once they get a tiny bit past us, it'll be the perfect time to do a maneuver. There we go. All right, it's interception time. Right there, that'll be perfect. Except they're dodging. So I got to readjust a little bit. Set things up like this, slide in real close to Titan. Get ready for another interception. Looks like they're accepting battle in this case.
Incoming transmission.
They claim we've set humanity back a century, but I mean, they're the ones who blew up the world, so attack with them. All right, they're coming straight on at us. We're going to orient broadside. Our laser ship is going to orient nose forwards. We're going to target their ships. Solar land, she's got to take out the big laser or the big radiators, and it's just dead in space. The Rangers, I am going to target those cannons, not because they're the primary threat, but because if the ammunition in the cannons blows up, it usually damages the rest of the ship. Okay, so here's all our ships. I'm going to go ahead and let the sniper coil guns take off the range limitation. They're basically right there already anyway. And pretty soon I'll do the same with the auto-fire railguns. So we're firing our sniper coil guns. As we're very slowly getting closer, we took out their laser ship, or their solar lance. Got its laser. I'm going to let the auto-fire railguns start firing too. Start really getting a rate of fire going, or a weight of fire coming down at them. You can see they're plinking back at us. We're plinking at them. And pretty soon I'm going to let my lasers start firing on the laser ship. Yeah, let's go ahead and ignore range on those. Alright, we took out their ranger. I think their hive ship just blew itself up. Yeah, their hive ship just blew itself up. Their solar lance doesn't have a laser anymore, so I don't know why it's still counted as in the fight. So all they've really got left is this Corsair and Ranger. A lot of back and forth, but I think we're winning this one. I am going to target their railguns on their two Lancer drones. Alright, their solar lance is officially disarmed. So they just got two ships left. Ranger is disabled. Their last ship is the Corsair. You can see it's under heavy fire. And it is dead in space. Victory for the RFP. The people of the solar system will bow their necks before our boot heels. Sort of an odd thing for the Republic of the Free People to say, but what are you going to do? And yeah, by keeping all our capital ships on live, we have our silver rating. We weren't quite fast enough or Delta V efficient enough for that one. So we can watch the ending. So here we're sending a drone attack against something of theirs. Looks like a small fleet of theirs. And basically declaring that we're offering no quarter to the USTA. And now you find out, potential bright lights warning, why we built that silo ship, even though it's kind of useless in space combat. It's actually to nuke their stations and ground colonies into oblivion if they don't surrender. So, morally questionable, but what are you going to do? And now our mother, the president, we were the daughter of the president this whole time. I think that was actually said earlier. It's not like a big twist, I don't think. So she comes through with a message about how even though they accused her of nepotism, she made the right choice by appointing us as High Fleet Admiral. And that we've won the war and now the system is ours. Now, personally, I think that an interesting idea for Children of a Dead Earth 2, if that ever happened, would be to set it maybe 50 or 100 years in the future. The RFP has been the hegemonic power in the solar system, and now there's a rebellion against them that's growing steam. And maybe have a RFP side to the campaign and a rebellion side, two separate campaigns. And maybe some new technologies, maybe some fusion reactors even, letting you build even more powerful ships, or better lasers, or heat sinks would be a good one too. And I don't know, I just think that would be a good way to do a sequel if we ever did a sequel. So that's the campaign. I do plan to have a couple other Children of a Dead Earth videos, at least a couple. One where I talk about module design, of course, and maybe a couple where I do sort of demonstrations of different design philosophies against each other. So one really big ship against a bunch of small ships, or an all missile and drone fleet against an all direct weapons fleet, or a bunch of small drones attacking a space station like the first Star Wars movie, like A New Hope. Something like that. So that's it for this video, though. So thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.